If you've got 25 minutes, you can make this easy local Japanese dish. I'll teach you how, so stick around. Aloha mai kako, my name is Relle and welcome to my kitchen where I like to share some of my favorite Hawaiian and local recipes. And today we'll be making some somen salad. So let's get started. I've got a pot of water already boiling and you can get these somen noodles. They're Japanese style noodles. They come bundled up like this and you only need to take this off. Oh. And try not to break all the noodles while you do it. Holy Toledo. And then we'll go ahead and put the noodles into the water. They only take a couple of minutes to boil, so keep an eye on them. And you can find this in the Asian aisle at most grocery stores, or you can find a specialty Asian store to find that. So it's a cold noodle salad, so we'll get the salad, the noodles going, and then we'll start with some of the filling. So I like to put carrot in mine, so already peeled. And then we're gonna cut it thin like julienne. So I usually will cut them in half. And then I like to cut off a little sliver of it like this. And what that does is it gives you a flat surface so it doesn't roll. And then you can just make thin cuts like this. Be very careful with your fingers. And when it feels like it's gonna tip, then you can turn it and continue slicing like this. So matchstick size, these ones are about the same. So you can go ahead, stack them up like that again. Oh, so that's the dangerous part, right? When it starts to get slippery like that, then you know that your stack is too high and you should cut it. Or not cut it, but like take less. And you wanna tuck your fingers behind. So 3 fingers, 1 in the front, 2 on the side, and you'll kind of tuck it behind so that you don't nick your finger. So kind of like that. I like mine's like that. I don't have the quickest hands. My knife skills are not super amazing. Don't worry about it. If you find this is difficult, you can cut it a different way if you want. That's totally up to you. And the great thing about this is you can swap it out for whatever. You don't like carrots, leave it out. You like more, you can put more. So carrots, we'll put that on the side onto a plate. Move that to the side. We'll check our noodles. So as you can see, it's only been a couple of minutes, right? So we can always check to see. You can get 1 noodle. They're very thin, so sometimes it's a little bit trickier. But you can get just 1 noodle, and you kind of pinch it like this. And if you're able to pinch through it, it's done already, so super quick. Yep. That's it. All you need is like a minute or 2. So I'm gonna go ahead and drain this out. You're gonna run it under some cold water and then just let it sit while we finish up the rest of this. So hold on. All right, noodles are out and cooling down. Now for the meat of it, usually I use char siu, but I didn't have enough time to make any and there wasn't any already made at the store. So the other thing that I like to use is Spam. You can use ham or any other deli meat or anything that you'd like. That's the great thing about this recipe. It's very forgiving. I buy the less sodium, but get whatever one you want. Totally up to you. And you won't need very much, so you can save the rest for, I don't know, Spam musubis or whatever. So, hold on real quick, I need something to put it on. Every time before I like set up for these shoots, I'm always like, do I have everything? Is everything good? And I think to myself, yes, and then there's always something I forget. Anyway, slice the Spam like this, and then like matchstick. And then I like to cut them in half because I think it's kind of long like that. So I just cut them in half. So we'll go ahead, frying pan over medium high or so heat. Spam in. You can put a little oil. This is a ceramic top, so it doesn't really stick much. So we should be good. You're just gonna heat this through, get it a little bit browned. And while the Spam is going, we can move to the next. So let's do kamaboko. Kamaboko is fish cake and it can be found in the refrigerated section next to the rest of the, I don't know where you would, in the mainland. I'm not sure what you would have it next to, but in Hawaii, you know where it is. If you can't find this, you can leave it up. That's the great thing. Change it up. So it comes on a piece of wood. All you have to do is run your knife down. Wood comes off. And then we'll use me. You can put the rest of it in like your Somen ramen. As a kid, I used to just eat it like this. I'm not gonna lie, when we make stuff, I tend to just eat a piece of it anyway because it's so yummy. And then this one, everything gets sliced kind of in the same size. Kamaboko, put that on the side. Check the Spam. If multitasking like this messes you up and you feel like it's throwing you off, you totally can do one by one, but you definitely get better at doing things the more you do it. Before, I had a hard time. I would do one thing at a time, but then it took so long. So you learn to do multiple things together, so it gets done a whole lot quicker. Cucumber. Probably only need a little bit. So cucumbers got a lot of seeds and stuff in the middle, and that makes it a little bit watery too. And some people don't care for so much of the outside, so you could trim that if you want. I like to cut them in half, and then you get a spoon, and all you do is run the spoon down the middle, like this. And you take out most of the seeds, and that stops it from being like watering everything down. See how it's super watery? Trim off the end. And then you'll have half moons if you want, or you can slice. Totally up to you. You can go this way. I like to go this way, so we got strips just like everything else. And I try to go thin. Back to the Spam, sorry. Depends if you like your Spam crispy, you can keep going, or just like this. So maybe a little bit more on the other side, and we're good. So this off to the side. And then last part of the veggies, some lettuce. The outside was kind of not so nice, so that's why I took it off. Up to you. You just take really, it's a little. You don't need very much of it. And same thing, you're just gonna slice it. We're just making one small bowl, so you don't need too much. If you're gonna make a huge salad, then you totally can add more. So slice like that. And then Spam out. I like mine's a little bit on the crispier side, so that's why I did that like that. And then I like to add egg in mine. So it's a little bit different when you do the egg for this. You kind of try to leave it all together versus kind of like scrambling. It's more like a fried egg. So I leave the oil from the Spam in there, so I don't have to add more. Couple of eggs. Oh, not the shell. You don't need that. And I maybe should have added a little bit more oil. I can feel it sticking to the bottom. Might be a little bit harder to flip over. I will need a spatula, which I also did not grab. Hold on real quick. And I'm back. We should count how many times I end up doing that for different series. I'm not a good flipper. I wish I could just like, I can with some stuff, but not with a big egg like this. So I like to just kind of give it a toss like that. Usually I try to keep it as best I can in one hole. Wasn't enough oil in the pan. My fault. Don't at me. It's not scrambled eggs. It's like a fried egg, so it's a little different. And then that goes out. Turn the heat off. And then we're just gonna slice them. Kind of like in the same size slices that we have. And I kind of just cut it in half. So now we've got all these pieces together like this. I like to just put it on the plate so that when we put it together after, you can just pick and choose and grab and put however much you want. All right, let me clean up a little bit and I'll be right back. You know what? I'm getting a little thirsty, so let's take a break and check out today's video sponsor, Relle Tea. It's a local Hawaiian company based out of Hilo, Hawaii. And lately, I've been reaching for their hibiscus mint with mamaki cold brew tea. It's super easy to make. Just drop a tea bag in some water and let it sit overnight. You can add some simple syrup to sweeten it up, and just like that, you've got yourself a refreshing drink. Check out oribetea.com and use code Relle for 20% off your order today. Cheers! All right, now that we're rehydrated, let's get back to the recipe. So the noodles that we drained and cooled down, that'll go in. And then you can top it with whatever type of toppings you like. We'll go with a little bit of carrots, some of that cucumber, some Spam, some egg, lettuce, and of course, kamaboko. Oh, also, don't forget some green onions over the top. I almost forgot. So you've got this beautiful array of colors and different flavors. Change it up, use the ones you like, the ones you don't like, leave out. But you can't have somen salad without the sauce. So let's make it. So you'll take a small bowl, you'll take some oil, you'll put that in, and then you're gonna need some sugar, and then some rice wine vinegar. That can be found in the Asian aisle at most grocery stores as well. Some shoyu, Japanese style soy sauce, and just a touch of sesame oil. Sesame oil is a strong flavor, so you don't need too much of it. And then you'll just mix that up until the sugar dissolves. It's a little bit of a workout when you use chopsticks instead of a whisk or a fork. You can totally put more toppings on if you want, but this is the secret, not secret. It's the sauce that goes with it. You just pour it over like this. And this is a heavier sauced salad. And that's how you make somen salad. If you like local Japanese recipes, then check out this video here. And until next time, ahui ho!
Thank you for watching my mommy's video.